welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. I'm not actually sure what happened there. What happened there, John?
Not sure.
So
I was given several tasks to do at once, and I think I failed at all of them.
So it's John and I in the kitchen. Thursdays is our baking night or doing something with our flavoured icing sugars. So welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. If you are new, do let us know that you're new. Let us know where you are. And then I just need to make some apologies to our YouTubers. So we do connect to YouTube when Laura's in the kitchen, but John is new with all the technology. And last week he thought it was an automatic process. So are we live with YouTube now, John? So we can say, hello, YouTubers.
Not sure.
We're not sure.
Live now at YouTube.
Right, great.
We're
Hello,
ahead.
YouTubers. So, sorry if you're a little bit behind YouTubers, but John is on there, oh, you know what, I won't bother with that word. He's on the other side doing all the little computery bits, and it's still all new to him. He hasn't done it for such a long time, he's just completely forgot it all. And Maria's upgraded everything, and it's like a whole new world to John and I. So we're going to make a No Bake Cheesecake tonight. I've been requested will I make some of the Queen of Hearts buttercream. So Doe Griffin was on the community group. She made some lovely white buttercream. Now you can make white buttercream by adding whitening, or you can add a little dab of lilac to it. But you can also use Trex. Now I've got to be honest, that horrible word Trex makes it think, yucky, yucky, yuck. But it isn't, it's actually fine, and you'll be amazed how many times you actually eat it, especially on supermarket cakes. So when you see that really, really pure white buttercream, it's probably all Trex. So we're going to make that anyhow, but we're going to make it with butter, and we're going to make it with some Trex. And you know, you can call it buttercream, but most people will say it's called frosting. So we'll make some of that. We'll decorate up our cheesecakes. I've got 2 in the freezer. Ideally, they should go in the fridge for 8 hours, but as per usual, at the warehouse today, running around like a lunatic, got home, made 2 up quickly, put them in the freezer to freeze up quickly, so we'll make them afterwards. And we're going to whip up some cream as well with the flavoured icing sugars, and we'll make some little swirls on the top and throw some sprinkles on. So, Cake Decoration and Sugar Craft magazine. One of our lovely ladies who, well, in fact 2 of our lovely ladies actually, who have been on the Facebook Lives. Sarah Doyle and Hilary Hurst are both in this magazine. This is January's magazine. Now, there's an offer on at the moment. Go to our website, okay, drop into shop, follow it down to Cake Decoration Sugar Craft magazine, press the link, and when you press the link, you should be able to go through and buy 3 magazines for £1, which is amazing, but it's only for this month. It finishes next week. So that's 3 magazines for £1, and that means that you'll get February, March and April. We're working with Sugarcraft magazine. They're popping along to see us later on this month. So hopefully we'll be in the March edition. We was in October, November and December. So we're working with those guys, and it's a great magazine. Hilary Hurst is in here. She tells you a little bit about herself. So lots of talk to the brand. So it's a great, you know, like I say, it's great. And the good thing about this, it's all forward magazines. You're not getting back issues. So there you go. That was that one. So what have we been up to in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen? Let's just get rid of that. So we've had the sale on now, and it comes to an end on Sunday. So your last few items, if you want them, you need to grab them. All comes to sale midnight Sunday, is it?
It is, yes.
Now if you're lucky and I've gone to bed early, you might just get through in the early hours. But sometime on the early hours of Monday morning, I need to get up and turn everything off. So you've got the sale till then. Sugar's £2 a bag. Don't forget you've got your bundle deals, everything else like that, but that's on then. We've also wanted to do some like and shares. So the like and shares are working really well. Are you liking those like and shares to win the opportunity of a £25 gift voucher? You know, I think it's so much better than just a draw and everything else. It's quite nice. You can see, you know, you can see that your name's spinning past. But basically, like and share this live, share it with all your friends, share it with anybody you know that's interested in cake, and also invite them to our cake group, which is Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake Community. Have you thought about inviting your friends? Don't just invite them, you know what, message them. If they're cake people, message them and ask them would they like to join, and give them the link to our group or give them the name and get them to come that way. Don't just tag them and invite them in, because you know sometimes people just invite, you know, their mates and their husband's mates and their son's mates, and suddenly they appear in a group that they don't actually want to be in. So we just want cakey people in it, okay? So lots of new members this week. So hello, new members. How's the lives doing, John?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah. You still on technical issues, John? Are we on YouTube?
Sorted. We are on YouTube.
So it's week 3 with John. We're getting better, aren't we, John?
Yeah, I've been left a seat tonight, so it looks like I might be staying.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere. And I've been told not to bully you, John, that you're doing a great job and they love your lovely Irish accent.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so we'll do that. Last week I was telling you that the way I learnt to cook. Now my mother was a great cook, or so I thought, and she taught me everything that I know. But as I got older, you want to experiment and do things. And I said to you, I learned everything from Delia. Well, funny enough, I went on the route after I spoke to you. I've not looked at these books in years. You can see how they've yellowed. But I just thought, you know what, I'll bring them out to show you that it is quite truthful. Delia brought out these books, Delia Smith. She doesn't do any recipes at all now, or baking classes. Are we under here?
Can be.
She doesn't do any now. Basically, I actually looked her up on Wikipedia, and she's the director of Norwich Football Club, I think it is. And she puts her life and soul into that, so she's give up decorating.
She's playing on Saturday.
She's playing on Saturday. I know she won't be, John. They may be playing.
You don't know how bad Norwich are doing.
So I just thought, I wanted to let you know that it's quite truthful. So she brought out book 1, and it was, this book at the time was a fantastic seller because it talked about how to boil an egg. And it's amazing now, many people don't know how to boil an egg. And then there was book 2 and book 3. So I just thought I would show them to you. How much were they back in them days? Crikey. Well, this one says £7 off. £18.99. Wow. I must have had loads of money when I was a young girl. £18.99, going back 20 years ago. I'm sure I bought it from a book club. Did anybody become members of the book club? Guy used to come round selling your books all the time. Anyhow,
there's not a stamp from the library inside, no?
No, there's not a stamp from the library inside at all, McFarland. Eh? How dare you? But it's so basic, basic short crust pastry. And you're going to be learning a lot from Delia. Because when I do my baking classes, this is going to be my go-to books. So if any of you've got them, dig them out. We'll be working together on them. So let's get those out of the way. Then the other thing is, you really enjoyed Monday when I lost the plot for a few moments. I completely lost the plot. I put my head down to see who was in on Monday because I knew the lady was called Laura, but I couldn't remember her name, and it's Dottie Mead. Anyhow, while I was busy looking for a name, which I thought I only spent 30 seconds on, it seems that I must have missed about 3 or 4 minutes of my life. And for those of you who saw it, thought it was really humorous, but I did not see Emily lift up the cake with the acetate. All I saw was her wipe off this buttercream and thought how amazing it was that it didn't smudge. So I know you all thought that was hilarious. I missed the bride and groom bit. I missed it all. I don't know what I was doing, but there you go. So Laura, after I finished live, can't make the live. She's actually poorly and she has sent her sincere apologies. So she's not going to be here on Monday. But because Emily and Michelle were here, I spoke to them and they said that they would come back. So we're really grateful that they're going to come back on Monday and they'll bring back with them their black. Oh, I haven't got it, don't know what I'm on about. I should have brought some from the warehouse. They'll bring back their black buttercream mix with them and show you how to use that. So I thought I had a packet behind me because I swore I brought some home with me, but obviously I haven't. So they'll show you how to make that. And I love having those girls in the kitchen. They're so friendly and I'm sure they're going to do something equally as nice. So John, how's our viewers doing?
Very well. We've got over 200 people watching.
Yay, fantastic.
And Maria's sending me instructions on what I need to do. Thank you, Maria.
Maria needs to send you instructions.
I think Maria missed a bit where I made a bit of a hash to start.
So what else was I going to say to you? So other things that are going on. We put gold boxes up for sale yesterday. They went crazy. My God, they sold out within 24 hours. So we put another 100 boxes together and then that's it. We're not putting any more together, are we, John?
No.
No? Are you sure?
Definitely.
Right. So John has made these gold boxes. How fabulous. Normally it's Laura, Maria and I have to do them. So John has made these, so he's gone a little bit bonkers. So he's put these together for you, and they are going well. And I will say to you, they are lovely. The price they're at means that you get free postage as well. I had a quick look before I just came in here, and there's less than half left of the second batch that went available this afternoon. So I think we've got about 60 left, haven't we? 50, something like that.
Yeah, something like
I don't know, can't remember, but it's around there. So sorry for those of you who missed payday. Classes, we've got plenty of classes coming up. I know I keep telling you about them, and you know what, it's January, can we be really bothered? Well, yeah, be bothered. I've got a Cupcake Bouquet class in on the 29th of January. It's a fantastic class. You've already seen ladies tell you've been on it. It's a great day, you learn loads, we have loads of fun, and it's the big bouquets. It's not the one in the box, it's the big bouquets. You're going to make a big 24 cup bouquet. In previous classes, we've done a 3, a 7 and a 12, but this class I want you all to go home with the big one, the biggie. So 19, 22, whatever, all in one big thing. So we're going to make that on the 29th of January. I've got a class, the same class again on the 19th of February, and same class again on the 11th of March. They're £149. You pay a £50 deposit, ring the office, pay a £50 deposit, and pay the balance 2 weeks before. Those are on in January. You need to be paying it next week in full. And then other people that we've got coming in the classes, we've got Amy Archibald in on the wedding cake. I've got 2 places left for that one. Emily Coyle, she's here on the 1st of March for a Hello Autumn cake. I've put them all in the Facebook Live must-haves. Go and have a look there. I've got Michael Lewis Anderson for Royal Icing. Who wants to learn Royal Icing? Come on, loads of you want to do those cookies. Sarah Doyle's been here showing you how to do cookies. Well, now you're going to get the king of Royal Icing here in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. He's going to show you how to do string work, swirls, lots of things. I don't know, he gave me a whole list of things that he's going to teach you in that class. Definitely worth a class joining. It's the 22nd of February, so you know what, phone up, put that £50 deposit on now, and then pay the rest. Pay a little bit next week and a little bit the week after. Georgie Godbold is in at the end of March. She's got 3 classes in. 1 class is nearly fully booked. So if you want to do all 3, I'd get that one sorted out. The other 2 are sort of halfway there. I've confirmed with Zoe Fancy Cakes. I've not put it on the website yet, but she's in on the 13th and 14th of June. She's going to do the bride and groom, which was the bit that I missed, and she's going to do the basic characters. So, ta-da! Bride and groom. Can you see, John? You're wobbling the table as well. I don't know whether you know whether you were wobbling everybody. But we've got the bride and groom, we've got the basic characters. I'm not going to carry them over, but unless you want me to.
Yes, it would probably help you though.
Yeah, okay. I'll just carry the bride and groom over. So.
Put them under there.
Under there? Oh, well, I'm not. Will you see it there?
No.
No? Can you see it this way?
There.
You see it this way? Where do you want me to show?
There we go. Perfect. Come this way a little bit. Other way.
It's upside down.
Other way. That way there.
This way?
That's now upside down.
Well, which way do you want me to go? Which camera are we on? This
That
one?
one.
Oh, I thought you was on this one.
Yeah.
Right, okay. There.
Yeah, perfect.
Right,
But
brilliant.
But come towards you. A little bit more. Perfect.
Right, bride and groom. There you go. So when you come to a Zoe Fancy Cakes class, she will show you how to make this fabulous bride and groom. I'll just twizz around, and I will say we've done this class for 2 years on the run, and it's really funny what the ladies go on with. Some ladies go on with a really nice twerky bottom, and some go on with a slim one. Others go on with little boobies, other ones go on with big boobies. They have blonde hair, they have brunette hair, everything. John's just rolling his eyeballs. But this is a fantastic class. So if you want to get on this one's on. Look out for it. I'll put a notification up as soon as it is on the website. There you go. So I'll pop that there. I'll do the characters afterwards. Right, shall we get on and make a cheesecake then, John? Yeah?
Definitely.
Okay then, so I'll just put that up there. So dead easy cheesecake, this one. We're going to make a blueberry flavoured one. Which camera am I on? Over here? Here? Here. Okay. So we're going to use the blueberry flavoured icing sugar. I've already made a chocolate honeycomb one, so we'll whisk up some cream for that later, and we'll put some swirls on for that one. And we I've already made a raspberry ripple as well. So they're both in the freezer. As I said to you before, they should really go in the fridge for 8 hours, but I didn't really get a chance. I rushed home from work and basically I've had to throw them in the freezer for you. But let's go back to basics. So let's get those out the way. I'll pop that over there. Here we go. We're going to use the blueberry flavour. Dead easy. All you need is digestive biscuits. Are we over here? So all you need is digestive biscuits, ginger nuts, hobnobs, whatever biscuit you really like. It's got to be a hard biscuit though, not a soft biscuit. And just be careful when you're on that table, John, because I don't know whether you notice it keeps, you keep moving the table, and I don't know if everybody else is moving with you. It looks like it. So I love digestives and I love ginger nuts. Hobnobs, they're not a fan of mine. I don't particularly like them, but you know what? You can use them. You can use any biscuit you want, like I say, as long as it's a hard biscuit. 10 to 12 biscuits in a bag, okay? Ziploc bag, food bag, cheapest chips from the supermarket. If you haven't got one of those, then you need a bowl and you need a rolling pin, and then you're just going to have to bash them round like this. All we're going to do is, I've already done it because I really didn't want to be banging on the worktop, but you're going to put it onto this camera, John?
Yeah, just a couple of points.
Yeah.
We've had a question about whether we're ever going to be doing a class in Norwich. We have no plans. We are doing 3 classes.
Oh, is this for Crafters Companions?
Well, I think it's just a general comment.
Yeah.
We are doing 3 classes away from here. We're up in Newton Aycliffe, and we're in Chesterfield on the 7th and 8th of February, and we're in Evesham, which is about 45 minutes south of Birmingham, on Saturday the 15th of February. So that's Newton Aycliffe up in the northeast, Chesterfield in the Midlands, and Evesham just south of Birmingham. And
Which camera are you on this one?
That is on the 7th, 8th and 15th of February. Let
me just tell you about it. What's happened is Crafters Companions have been in touch with us and give us the opportunity to do some demonstrations in their retail stores. They're also going to stock some of our products for a while, and we're actually going to do a Facebook Live with them. We're actually going to do a Facebook Live with the owner of Crafters Companion, which is Sarah Davies. She is actually the new dragon, and we're very, very excited to work with her. It's a great opportunity for us, and that's why we called it Sugar and Crumbs on Tour, because we're going to cover those stores. I did have a look at opportunities at looking at other stores this week, and I have to look at the logistics. For me to get all over the place, I'm never going to be able to do any work. I've got so many classes here in the kitchen. I've got to do a live on a Monday, a live on a Saturday. You've got to remember I'm a wife. Not that John gets much of my attention, but I am a granny. Believe it or not, I've got a 17-year-old's birthday today who's in Australia. I've not even had a chance to call him. I sent him a Facebook message. What type of granny am I? So I've got 8 grandchildren. I'm trying to spread myself between them. I'm trying to spread myself on Facebook Lives. I'm trying to do everything I can. What I would appreciate though is share these lives, because you know I do these for free for you. Every Monday I am here. I do them for free. Every Thursday I'm here. I'm coming into your home. You can sit on the settee nice and comfy, get hubby to make you a coffee, you know, make yourself a drink, get yourself a G&T, and you know what, just watch the fun in the kitchen. Me trying to lug all my food mixer, cake mix, everything else, I've got to take staff with me, and you know, when I've worked out the logistics and the actual cost and everything else, I would just never get it done. I'd probably end up killing myself, I think, just having a massive heart attack. So if the odd opportunity comes where I can get to places, then I will do my best to get there. Otherwise, if I can't, I am really sorry. But you know what? Go and get yourself nice and comfy in a warm place. Sit on your settee and watch us here. Because what you see here is the real me. And those of you who have met me at the cake shows know that this is Carol McFarlane. There's no faking it here. I am what I am. Yeah? Do we get that? Right, so should we get back and make a cheesecake then? Yes, great. Well, before we do that, just in case there's any newbies do let us know that you are here. But just let me tell you the rules of the kitchen. In the kitchen, this is just my home kitchen. It's my second kitchen, which I use as a studio for Sugar and Crumbs. Everything that goes on in this kitchen stays in the kitchen. Those are our rules. That means that you can share it with all your fellow bakey friends, but nobody else. If I touch my hair or my face, I am a human being, and maybe you should all study yourself and realise just how much you all touch yourselves. But the one thing I will tell you is I'm not contagious or anything like that. I'm a clean girl, and before I came here, everything's washed clean. If you just look at my kitchen, you can see it's spotless. Having said that, the food is not for public consumption, not for sale public consumption. The people who will take my food, take these, because obviously I can't eat 3 cheesecakes tomorrow, is people who know me. People who say, Carol, what are you baking on Thursday? I'll have it. So my doggy walker gets it, the lads in the office get it. The lads had that big square cake that the girls made on Monday. Absolutely loved it. I've taken cakes to hairdressers. Like I say, the doggy walker get it. I do know that the local Indian where I go to have been begging me to get them some cheesecake. So, you know, that's what's going to happen with it. So do not worry. Anybody who's buying this are not buying it, because I actually don't make cakes or sell cakes for a living, just for a demonstration. So my 12 biscuits have gone in a bag. Like I say, you can put them in a bowl, and all you need to do is give them a nice big bash. Now, I didn't want to be bashing the living daylights out of them for a few minutes. I thought I'd just finish off what is going on here. Yeah, there we go. And then you need a bowl, and you need some melted butter. Now, the recipe that we're using today is on our recipe website. We do have a recipe website. It's on the back of every packet of sugar and crumbs. So go and have a look.
The link to the recipe is also pinned to the top of the comments.
Yes, it is. So on this one, on the summer flavours bag, this one's blueberry. So the recipe site is there. You'll see it in green, yeah? And then like on salted caramel, it's the pink one here, outlined in black. So it's called Sugar and Crumbs Mixing It Up. It's a lovely little recipe site. It hasn't got all the amazing professional pictures on, simply because it wasn't made by amazing professional chefs. It was made by us, or it was made by bloggers or whatever. So they're all photos that have come from people who've made them, and they've put their recipe on, okay? And I did have a lady last year spending a few weeks of her life correcting all the spellings, which was great. So hopefully all spellings are right now.
Just a question. Do we have the link for Crafters Companion? If you're a member of the group, there is a post in the group about Crafters Companion, and there's a link there depending on which location you would like to come and see us. You just click on the link, it'll take you through, scroll down, and there's like a little diary, a little calendar, and you'll find us on the calendar. So it's the 7th of February in Newton Aycliffe, the 8th of February
Let me just tell you,
in Chesterfield.
last week when we launched it, when we told you last Thursday, the link of Newton Aycliffe disappeared, and we thought, what's happened? And it's because it was sold out. So there's 2 sessions now. So Crafters Companion have actually put 2 sessions on. So we've got, and then what time have we got? A 10 till 12.
And a 1 till 3.
And a 1 till 3. It's £5 a ticket. You're going to come along. I'm going to show you how to make buttercream. I'm going to show you how to use the Russian piping tips. I'm going to have the nozzles with me for sale. I'm going to have bundles of sugar for sale. Well, I don't think we're selling them individually, are we? We're doing bundle packs?
No, we're doing them singly as well.
Oh, we're doing them singly as well. And you buy them there in store if you want to buy them. And Maria and Laura are coming to Newton Aycliffe with me. And Karen is coming to Chesterfield with me. Is it Chesterfield we're going to? No.
Yes. Yes.
On the Saturday, yes. And I don't know who's coming to Evesham with me yet. I'll probably ask Karen if she can do it, or one of the other girls if they can come with me. John will be there as well. So the classes, like I say, they're £5. It's a demonstration morning, not a class. And they've got plenty of space, and there's a lovely little cafe in each one, and I think tea and coffee and water will be there as well. So it'd be good, and it'd be great to meet you for all you guys who can do it. So there's 2 classes per venue, 3 venues, but the first one at Newton Aycliffe is sold out, the morning session. There's only the afternoon session now. Yeah? So can I get on with the cheesecake, John? Okay, so we've now bashed up all our biscuits. Like I say, you can use any biscuit that you want. So easy, this cheesecake. Are we on this camera? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so easy, this cheesecake. And you know when you buy a cheesecake from a shop and it's quite firm, and you know what, they are nice, and you have them in a restaurant and they're nice, but believe me, when you make one of these, and if anybody is on here and has followed this recipe and made one, do tell everyone how delicious it is, because this is a finger licking bowl moment as well. You will want to lick the bowl with this. So biscuits are in. Okay, so that was 10 to 12 biscuits, and the butter that we're using, I'm using unsalted butter. It's entirely up to you which you prefer to use, and it's 4 ounces of butter, which is 4 ounces of butter, which I don't know what that is in grams. You'll have to work that out.
Get dealer's book out.
Get dealer's book out. Yeah. Oh well. Just 1 second. So anyway, it's 4 ounces of butter, and that's going to go in here. So we're just going to get it all scraped in. And then you're just going to mix it in. You know, again, this is something you can do with the kids. You know, we're always thinking things on a wet day. You know, we have the pleasures of living in the UK here. It's always pouring down the rain. My daughter who's in Australia is always enjoying sunshine. Even when it gets overcast, it still looks fabulous today. But, you know, we're here. So, and we're always looking for things to do with the kids as well. So this is something, you know.
4 ounces, 100 grams?
400 grams, is it?
100 grams.
100 grams, right. Okay, I don't know.
Thank you, Helen.
Yeah. So, you know, we're always thinking of things to do, you know, and simple things like the kids would just love bashing the biscuits, wouldn't they? And, you know, you melt the butter. Don't let them melt the butter, and you pour it in because it's hot. But, you know, pour it in, let them put the biscuits in, you pour it in. There you go. And then we want our tin. Okay, now you can grease your tin if you want to. I don't generally grease a tin, if I'm honest. I just usually put the biscuit on straight away. Or what you can do is a little bit of grease-proof paper. I've got the little bit of grease in the bottom of the bowl there. And you know what, just wipe the rest of the bowl, give it a little light coating. And I'm actually going to put the grease-proof in the bottom there, okay? You don't have to do that. You can just do a little light coating. You can just put it straight on if you want to. And then this is going in. Let me get rid of this. I mean, look at this. This is how easy it is so far. I'm going to push the biscuits in. Now, you must push the biscuits down so they're tight. Don't just leave them loose, because we want this to form a really nice base that we can cut, okay? So push them down tight. Compact, that's the right word. Get there in a minute. I haven't bashed all my biscuits properly, but you know what, who cares? Somebody gets an extra big piece. And then if you can, try and spread it out. So just try and spread it out. Now my daughter, Laura, now she hasn't been on the Facebook Live for a while, but I'm hoping to get her back. I'm having lunch with her on Saturday. So I'm hoping in the school holiday she's a bit more flexible. So I'm hoping to get her back to do a couple of classes. So she likes to push it. She likes to use a spoon. Let me see, got a spoon here? So she likes to use a spoon, and she likes to push up round the side. So you've got a little ridge. I like it flat. Personal choice, entirely up to you what you want to do. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to get John to put this in the freezer, because while we're live, you know what, let's speed this process up. But this now does need to go into the fridge really for 15 minutes to firm up. But because I want you to see it at the end of the live, we're going to put it in the freezer, speed the whole process up. So John, can you just put that in the freezer for me, please? Mm-hmm. I'm struggling to say the word freezer tonight. I'm trying to say freezer. Right, okay. So then we're on here now. So we're going to make the blueberry one. Let's get rid of the saucy caramel. Did I get a spoon? So John, do you want to get on here then? Are we under this camera?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you go to the recipe website as well, guys, if you're on this camera, it's the blueberry no bake cheesecake. Very, very simple. Now it doesn't have to be blueberry. You can swap it for any flavoured icing sugar that you want. You just follow the whole recipe exactly the same, but choose the flavoured icing sugar. Use lemon drizzle, orange zest, key lime, mango and passion fruit, white chocolate and raspberry. Choose any flavour you want. I think there's still 40 flavours on the website, is there, John? Are you sure? Have a think about it.
Not sure.
We were up to 56 quite. Until he had a call. And then anyhow, so there we go. So let's get this going. We are going to pop in. I've just got my scales on there because it's an all-in-one. We're going to use double cream. Any double cream you want. I'm using Tesco's. And because I'm not governed by anyone or not paid by anyone. I can use any cream I want. So it doesn't matter if I upset anybody. I'm sure Tesco's will be really chuffed that I'm using their cream. And I am going to use 200 mils of cream. So we're on there, 200 mils, double cream. Are you on this camera, John?
I'm on the overhead one.
Yep, that's great. Not sticking my head in the way, am I?
No.
Right, we'll go back and we'll use this cream again afterwards. So I thought we'll whip some cream with some flavouring just on its own. And then we need some cream cheese. Now the cream cheese I've got here is the cheapest cream cheese. Usually, are we on over here? Up here. Now usually I love using Philadelphia, okay? That's my favourite cream cheese. And if I'm having cream cheese on crackers or whatever, that's my go-to cream cheese. But because I'm actually using this for a cheesecake and I'm going to flavour it, I'm quite happy to use this one. And I'm almost sure it's daft money, this one. I can't remember how much it was, but it really wasn't a lot of money.
What size of tin did you use?
Pardon?
What size of tin?
8-inch. Okay, so it really is daft money. I can't remember where I put the invoice, but anyhow, it's Creamfields cream cheese. This is a 200 gram tub, and we're going to use all of it. We're going to use 300 grams. I find that if I'm going to use the flavoured icing sugar, I don't use the top brands. I don't need that extra flavouring. You know, if I wanted to just eat cream cheese on its own, you know, I'd go for Philly because I just love it. But as I'm going to flavour it, you know, it's like when I use butter for the buttercream, I just use a value butter. So we need 300 grams of cream cheese. So I've got one tub which is a 200 gram, and then I'm going to take half of the second tub. And to be fair, I'm just going to eyeball it. That will do for half. There we go. And then in a minute, I will get John to give me some comments, feedback, see what you've got to say, who's new. And anything you want to buy tonight is on the Facebook wish list. Not wish list, must-haves. You know, I'm a year into this now. I really should be getting it right. We had a new website in August, and it used to be called the Facebook Lives wish list. It's called the Facebook Lives must-haves. So if you go there, go to this month, go to whichever session you're on, and we're on Carol, 16th of the 1st, and then everything I'm using is in here. Well, so that's 300 grams.
The link to the must-have list is actually in the comments.
Is it?
It is pinned in the comments.
Oh, well done, Maria. Good girl. So we've got 200 grams of double cream, we've got 300 grams of cream cheese, and now we need some flavoured icing sugar, and we're going to use the blueberry, aren't we? So the blueberry there, just let me clear my scales. I don't know why. I don't know which camera am I on, John? So I don't go ahead.
No, okay.
Oh, I don't know why, but whenever I'm live, I can never open a bag of icing sugar properly. I always make a mess of it. So anyhow, so I'm going to put 100 grams of this, and as I said, you can use any flavour you want. So blueberry's not your flavour, don't use it. But you know, we've got loads of them. I mean, orange zest is to die for. Key lime is gorgeous. Mango and passion fruit. I've done the honeycomb, the raspberry ripple tonight. Anyhow, let's get 100 grams of the flavoured icing sugar.
Can you use mascarpone, and can you use anything other than full fat cheese?
You can use mascarpone, and you can use a low fat cheese, but you might have to put a bit more icing sugar, which defeats the object. And as you're putting sugar in it, that defeats the object, doesn't it? So there you go. Listen, just go for the good stuff. You know, never mind all that mucking around with other stuff. Just go for the good stuff. There you go. Right. So that's all you need. And it's a 500 gram bag, this. So you've got another 4 cheesecakes to make. Or you can make, I don't know, loads of things you make. Biscuits, all sorts of things with it. So let's put that there, out the way. So can you see that in there, John?
You can.
Yeah, right. I'm going to take this over to the mixer. John?
And we've got Carol from Halifax, Nova Scotia in Canada.
Ah,
so
fantastic.
She's the furthest away. So anybody else further afield than that?
Yeah. John, can you see on this camera, or is it just moved? Because it looks like it's moved.
It's not working.
Oh, is it not?
No.
1 second. Oh, do you know what? Was it plugged in to charge up?
I don't know.
No. Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do is...
We've only got the overhead one.
We've only got the overhead one, right, okay.
This one.
Is that one not working?
No.
Are they all plugged in, the cameras?
No.
Right, okay, so, don't know what's happened there, but some of our cameras are not working, but don't worry. I'm here, I'm on it. May well be, they're dead. So what can you see there? Can you see that there, John?
Yep, perfect.
Yep, great. So let's get it on. Because really I just want you to see the consistency. Now when we turn the mixer on, are we over here? Yeah, no. So when we turn the mixer on, don't put it on full blast. Because if you put it on full blast, it's just going to bang everything everywhere. So just turn it on nice and slow. Wait till things are incorporated. Okay, just let it get going. So we can go back to the overhead, and I'll get John to keep flipping backwards and forwards because you're not going to want the mixer going around for ages. So let me just show you here.
We've got people from Brisbane, Scotland, Perth in Australia.
Ooh. Wish I was in Australia.
Stockton-on-Tees, Carnoustie in Scotland, Bristol. So hello everybody.
Hi. Who's new? Right, John, so we're on the overhead.
Yep.
Right, okay, so you can see now that everything's incorporated. So there's no icing sugar now to flop up all over the place. So we're going to drop the mixer and we're going to turn it on. We're going to give it a really good whisk. So we're going to give it a really good whisk, okay? And we want it so it's really nice and thick. The thicker it is, the firmer it's going to be. This recipe is so easy. You know, if you've got someone coming round and, you know, sometimes you get visitors who say, oh, just pop round for a coffee on Saturday or something like that, or Thursday night. You can actually dash home just like I have and make this really quickly. Ideally in the fridge, but we're doing the cheat, we're putting it in the freezer. And believe me, your friends will not believe you made it. It's just amazing, it's so lovely. So, let's give it a bit more of a, I'm on number 10. So we'll have to ask Maria what was wrong with the camera. So we're 2 cameras down, guys. We're on the overhead and just here. I have a feeling we're probably not charged up on some of the cameras. So let me just turn this off. I'll give it a lift up so you can see. Can you see?
Yep.
There you go. I'm just going to scrape down, make sure we've got the bottom of the bowl. It is thick, but I just want to give it another few seconds to get it really thick because it's not really thick. It's holding, it's lovely, but I just want to give it a few more seconds. So there we go. Who's made the cheesecake before? So let me get that down. Get that on. Are you enjoying Thursday nights, our baking class? So many of you seem to love it. How are we doing with our audience, Sean?
The audience is very, very good. We've got over 250 people.
Hi.
So hello to everybody. We've got people from all over the UK.
It's lovely, you know, it's all lovely that you come and join us in the kitchen here. And, you know, we just call it light-hearted entertainment. On Thursday nights, it's me and my husband, John. John is on the cameras. He's not been on the cameras for a long time. He's just started back again 3 weeks ago. So he's been told off a couple of times. Week 1 was a bit of a nightmare. Last week was good. He seemed to be okay this week. Hey, John, how are you coping?
I'm trying.
He must be working hard because he's not managed to wander over to the fridge yet. Usually, all you regulars know that John's usually on the hunt for food. Right, okay, we're done. So, let's get this up. There we go. Just give it a tap. What you got to do is tap your whisk. Just tap it in the bowl. You don't need to dig it out with your fork or anything. Ding, 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 ding. Tap. Right, John. Okay, I'm just going to move this out of the way. Can you pass me my cheesecake again, please? That you kindly put in the freezer?
Yes.
Yeah? So the community group, we have a Facebook community group, okay? It's called Sugar and Crumbs, all about cake community, and it's for people to share their bakes, okay? Share what you've been making. Lots of Sugar and Crumbs customers on there. Lots of people who've never heard of Sugar and Crumbs actually, and just think it's the name of the group. How dare you? So, and you know, lots of people on there just sharing cakes. It's a lovely, lovely group. You know, it's always got a really pleasant atmosphere, lots of nice things. If I told you things didn't go wrong a couple of times, I would be wrong, because every now and again there's a little spurt, but generally the group is very polite. I would probably say 99%, maybe not 99.5, 99% of the time. The only thing we ask you then is to be courteous and respectful to our group. We ask you not to sell on there because we don't want the page filled with advertisements. Sugar and Crumbs is our own company, and basically we don't want any sellers on there. That's our page, that's our group, and we would like you to be respectful, not to add any links. To be fair, if you want to know anything, Google it. I do. If I want a recipe, I Google it. Well, you can ask for recipes. But you know, if I'm looking for something, I Google it. It's simple. That's all you need to do. You don't need to ask everybody for links to people. Right.
The mixer's a KitchenAid.
So we're here, John. Yes, it's a KitchenAid. I've got several KitchenAids, and I've also got a Kenwood Chef and a K-Mix as well. The KitchenAids have come because when I started the company, I bought myself one, and then the kids bought me one for Christmas, and then they bought me one for my birthday. Then they refused to buy me any more for the following Christmas, so I went and bought one myself, and it goes on. And then I got one last year, a Kenwood Chef, because I had my eyeballs on one of them. So I thought I'd give one of those a go, and the K Chef. I did actually have a red one, but I gave it to Molly when her kitchen burnt down. So I've now been and bought a rose gold one. Right, okay, so can you see this? Nice and clear up here? Yeah, look at that, look at that. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? Look, it's all lovely and fluffy. So let's just press it down. Let's get it down compact. So make sure, I'm gonna get it compact first. So push it in. And then you can spread it out, okay?
Could you just run by through and explain the mystery boxes again?
The mystery boxes. Okay, so it's like everything this time of the year. You know, certain times of the year, there's peaks and troughs in every business. And, you know, everybody got everything they wanted in for their cake by November. People were just tidying up the end of December, so that's why everybody puts a sale on. All the big retailers put a sale on to get rid of all their stock. We have to do the same. So we've had the sale, but we're coming to the end of the sale. We can't keep running a sale forever. So we're coming to the end of the sale, and then what we do is we put a mystery box together, you know, and it's just a box of goodies. John's give you some clues with some of the pictures. Every box is different, okay? So lots of you may get the same things, and lots of you may get different things. You may get different colours, you may get different shapes, you may get different sizes. All the edibles that are in there are suitable for vegetarians and vegans. I don't think we've put anything in that's not suitable. It's all our own stuff that's gone in, hasn't it? Don't think we put any other brands in. There is one or two brands, or one brand. But anyhow, have a look at that. But most of it is suitable for vegetarians and vegans. Everything is in date, okay? So nothing's out of date. And it's a really nice selection. And then there's a few, so there's edibles in there. You may get a cutter in there. You may get some sprinkles. You may get some cupcake cases. You may get cocoa powder. I don't know what you'll get. But anyhow, it's £45 and that includes free delivery. And it's just a bit of fun. Now, if you haven't got the money, and I don't want to say this really badly, if you haven't got the money to indulge yourself on something like that, don't buy it, okay? Not because I'm trying to do that, because I don't want you to be disappointed. Because sometimes people think that they're going to get sweet stamps. One lady last year thought she was going to get sweet stamps. And you know what, there is some sweet stamps elements gone in, but it may not end up in your gold box. And I don't want you to think, oh, I didn't get sweet stamps. I know there was a lady upset last year because she saw somebody got a Wilton cake tin and she didn't get that. But that's the whole idea of a mystery box. We're getting rid of stock and we're putting it in, yeah?
Can you just run through the recipe again. How
Yeah.
many digestive biscuits went in? It was 12.
10 to 12.
How much butter was it mixed in with those?
How much butter was mixed in? I didn't put any butter in. Oh, with the butter with the biscuits. Yes, I did. 4 ounces.
Right. And then we had 300 grams of cream cheese,
We did.
which was 1.5 packs.
1.5 packs. Well, our packs are 200 packs, so it depends what you're buying. So 300 grams of cream cheese, 200 grams of, or 200 mils of double cream, and 100 grams of flavoured icing sugar. So, have you seen this? Are we on it, John?
Yes.
Now that's filled to the top. That's lovely. Okay. So get yourself a cloth. There you go. Wipe up the edges. And just so that I'm on a diet, I've got my kitchen roll here, because normally I might lick my fingers. John despairs. Right, John, do you want to pop this in the freezer? And then we're going to make some other goodies. Yeah? Let me give you that. So while that's in the freezer, I thought Doe Griffin was on. Now, Doe Griffin's been into the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen and she made some little models. Now, she wanted some really white buttercream, so she thought she would follow the Queen of Hearts recipe. So lots of you love that recipe. Some of you won't touch it because it's got Trex in. But you know what you should try? You know, my mother used to say to me, try it, Carol, try it, Carol. And I go, no, I don't like it. And then my youngest son, who is a chef, I used to say to him, Ryan, if I won't eat it myself, I don't expect you to eat it. And that's how he is now, so he tries it. John, you won't want to eat that, please. So he's rooting in the fridge. So he's rooting in the fridge and he's just pulled out something that's really very sweet, very sickly. And that is not his cup of tea. No. So keep your hands off, John. So there we go. So I'm just going to wipe my face a moment because I feel, you know, I'm of the age where I'm having hot flushes. So I'm just going to run down there, wipe my face. John's going to just read out the recipe to you and then I'll be back in a minute and I'll wash my hands, okay? We'll be a minute.
Right, just to recap on the recipe was 10 to 12 digestive biscuits with, I don't know, where is the details?
Pardon?
There's not a single measurement on here.
I knew I'd get you.
All right, I've been well and truly stitched up
Right,
there.
do you remember what the recipe was?
Read out the recipe, and there's not a single measurement on there. Of course, I can't remember now. So it's 10 to 12 digestive biscuits.
Yes. 4 ounces of butter.
4 ounces of butter, all mixed together, and
Yep.
then put in the freezer in the tin for about 10-15
No, you don't.
minutes.
You bash your biscuits, you add your butter, you pop it into the tin, you press it all down so it's nice, firm and tight. Pop that in the freezer. Basically, you should pop it in the fridge for half an hour to an hour. We've speeded the process up by putting it in the freezer for 15 minutes. And then we've come to make the cream cheese. The cream cheese is 200 mils of double cream, 300 grams. So I've used Tesco's Own, okay? So 200 mils of double cream. I've used a cheap cream cheese. You can use any quality you want. You can use mascarpone as well if you want to. But I've just used a cheap one because we're going to flavour it with the icing sugar. So these come in 200 gram tubs. I want to say these are 49p, which is a hell of a lot cheaper than Philly, which is my favourite. But I don't want to say that just in case it's not, but I feel that these are about 49p a tub for 200 grams. So you need 2 tubs because you need 300 grams, and then the rest you can eat on your HT biscuits later. So you need 300 grams of this, and then 100 grams of your flavoured icing sugar. You're going to drop the whole lot in the mixer in one go. You're going to put it on nice and slow so that you don't get icing sugar all over you. Then you're going to speed it up till it's lovely and thick. It's stuck on the whisk, and then you just bounce the whisk, drop it all off, and then you're going to get your base out of the freezer, put everything on, and we've put it back in the freezer again to speed up the process, okay? So what I'm saying to you is if you have got somebody coming round quick, you can do it quick, okay? Ideally, you should put it in the fridge overnight, 8 hours, okay? Let me get that out of the way. So let's make this recipe then with Trex. Because so many of you, I saw on the group last night, Doe had put it on there, wanted white buttercream. And then I saw the comments and people going, yeah, I like it. And other people going, oh, I can't eat Trex. Can I just tell you, Trex is not lard. Get it right, okay? It's a vegetable fat. This is Trex. It's called Crisco, or Crisco from America, and I think it's the same name in Australia. But this is for home baking, all right? It's actually for baking. It's white in colour, and it makes white buttercream. So we're going to use it with butter, and we're going to use it with the flavoured icing sugars. I'm going to show you how lovely and white it goes. And then after I've done that, I'm going to do some flavoured whipped cream. We're going to get the cheesecakes out of the freezer, and we're going to decorate them all up. And then this week, I want you to show me what you've made as well. So let me get a mixing bowl. And if just John wants to shout out a few more comments, that would be great. And for those of you who are new, I am a 58-year-old woman next month, and I have hot flushes. So you'll see me go through it. I get really hot and bothered.
Oh, somebody else is having hot flushes because someone's recommending something herbal for brilliant for hot sweats.
Oh, are they? Yeah, get loads of support. It's lovely.
You're not alone.
Yeah, great. So here's our mixing bowl, okay? And I'm just going to put on the paddle beater. So we're not going to use a whisk. We're going to use the paddle beater, okay? We'll put this on. Make sure that's on. Hang on a minute. There you go, that's on. And we are going to use, and now I do need the recipe for this, because, let me just see. Do you need the recipe for this? This. Right, okay. So, if you follow this exact, so in a pack you get 250 grams of butter. Now, the Queen of Hearts girls, if you don't know the Queen of Hearts, they're called Valerie and Christina. They're two fabulous ladies from the Philippines. They've done lives with us, they've done classes with us. They're the nicest girls you could meet. They're absolutely lovely. Pop over to their page and like them. They make the most amazing buttercream flowers and displays. This is a cake that they did on our live, and they also sell a product called cake cloths as well. I'm not sure if I've got any here, actually. Let me just have a look. If I have, yes I have.
So we've got a question to say, could you add some liquor to the mix?
Yeah.
I think some people are asking about whether you could add some Baileys.
Yeah, of course
No
you can.
reason why you couldn't do that.
We've got an icing sugar called vanilla latte, and it is to die for. I love coffee. Now, we used to do just a coffee flavour, and it didn't sell too well. I thought it was amazing. By the way, all the flavours that we sell, because I'm the owner of the company, I make the final say on them all. So I'm very much, if I can't taste that flavour or I don't like it, I'm not just putting it out there just for the sake of putting it out there. So the coffee was amazing, but it didn't sell too well in the early years that we were in business. I am seriously thinking about bringing it back, because I think now that we've been going long enough, I think it's worth a go again. But what we did do is we then made it into a vanilla latte. So basically coffee and vanilla together, and it is gorgeous. Same as vanilla fudge, it's gorgeous as well. So that vanilla latte flavour with a teaspoonful of your Baileys or Irish cream or whiskey or something like that, and if you want to put a tablespoon in, you can. So just make sure you get it nice and thick, then mix it in, and then get it in the fridge. Might need to leave it in a little bit longer because you've added more liquid. So the Queen of Hearts do cake cloths as well. Those of you who don't know what cake cloths are, okay, these are amazing. I'm not going to show you how to use these. If you want the link to the video, message me tomorrow and I'll get Maria to pop the links up to the live. But these are to make your buttercream cakes lovely and smooth on the outside. So when you've gone round with your scraper and everything else, you get one of these cloths out there, washable, so you can reuse them. They're lovely and firm. I'll just show you one. So lovely and firm. Yeah, and then you just put it round the side of your cake. So let's just pretend this is the cake. Are we on this camera, John? Mm-hmm. So let's just pretend this is the cake, and you just put it around the side of your cake, and you just gently. And basically, what you're actually doing, because your palm of your hand is going over the buttercream, it's actually just warming slightly, and you're getting it all lovely and smooth. Now, obviously, it's moving around because I'm on this bowl, because I wasn't really going to give you a demo, but you're just moving it around, and it just makes it all lovely and smooth. Like I say, if you send me a message, I will post the Facebook Live that we did, or go to our YouTube channel, Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles. go in there, look at videos, and in the search button in our channel, not on YouTube, put Queen of Hearts or Valerie and Christina at Sugar and Crumbs, and the whole, there's a 1 minute video and there's the whole 1.5 hour live as well. Right, so let me do the butter. So with the butter, it needs to be room temperature. So this one might be just a little bit too firm, so I might just have to bung it in the microwave just for a minute. Let me get a palette knife, let me get the scales. Clean bowl. So we're under here, John.
Mm-hmm.
So let's turn it on. And I need 227 grams. And more mils. I don't know if you have to be exact, but that's what the recipe says. So you know what, if that's what the recipe says, that's what we're doing. Yeah, there we go. Seems a shame to waste that little bit there, hey John? So that's what you've got left. Me, I would probably throw all that in, but you know what, we're going to do the recipe exact. So this is for perfect white buttercream. Let me tell you else what the girls say as well. So I'll get this in the mixer.
Do the cake cloths work on ganache?
I don't know, I don't think they do, but they may well. So you need to, let me have to see what it really says on the packet. Just 1 second. It says you can rewash them anyhow, I know that much. I don't think it is full ganache, if I'm really honest. But the best thing to do is to speak to the girls about it. Message them, ask them. But they're on our website. And they're great. And I think they're in packets of 20. There we go. So, there we go. Butter, butter, butter. Let's get that in the mixer. In fact, I'm just going to go and soften this in the microwave just a little bit. Just give me a minute I'm just going to give it a bit of a blast.
Just while Carol's doing that, just to remind you, our January sale is coming to an end this weekend. There are lots of products still in that section on the website, but it's all coming to an end on Sunday evening. Included in that sale are natural flavoured icing sugars. There's 33% off those. They're only £2 at the minute, and that is also coming to an end this weekend.
Yeah. Midnight, Sunday. I've got to set the alarm clock, get out of bed and do it for you. So, and let me tell you now, that won't be happening. But sometime in the early hours of Monday morning, I'll be turning it off. Okay, right. So let me get the mixer here. So we've got that in the mixer. Let me get the scales out of the way. So we're down to 2 cameras. We're not sure why. So we're just going to have to do it this way. So I'm just going to turn it on. Now they say to beat for 2 to 3 minutes, okay? So we're just going to beat it on high. Now, like when I make my own buttercream, are we on this camera, John? Yep. Okay. So, like when I make my own buttercream, beat the living daylights out of the butter first, okay? Not butter, icing, sugar all in one. It tends to make it grainy. It's best to get it nice, light, white and fluffy. And because we're having to wait 1 to 2 minutes, it's actually a long time when you sat there waiting for it. So what I'm going to do is, while that's going on, I'm just going to measure the rest of the recipe. So we also need 125 grams of the Trex. So the Trex, like I said before, for anybody who's just joined us, it's not lard. This is designed for baking, okay? And we need 125 grams of this. So 1 second. questions, John?
No, there's nothing at all. There's a couple of questions on pricing. They've been answered.
Right, I don't need this anymore. Now this gets to room temperature very, very quickly. So you know, as soon as you finish with it, get it back in the fridge. The other good thing that you can use Trex for is like when you want to just very thinly grease your board. So for those of you who are making sugar paste flowers, and you need your board, you can roll it out, put it just into your fingers. So if your sugar paste is dry, okay, just rub a little bit of Trex, just a tiny bit of Trex into your hands, and then roll your sugar paste, okay? I'm going to do a session on sugar paste, on how to roll it, and how not to lift it too high and fold it too high, about rolling it and just getting a little bit of oil back into it. So let me just turn this off. We're not quite on a minute yet. So let's get this up. So always scrape down your bowl as well. So you'll see how lovely and soft this has gone now. Can you see it? So this is still quite yellow in colour. Now if I'm making my own buttercream, I tend to beat this for 5 minutes. Now Valerie and Christina say, let's just see. So they say, I did read it through before. Beat until light and whippy, soft and pale. They say to get to that, it needs to be about 1 to 2 minutes. I would probably say 3 to 4. So I'm just going to turn it right up.
Mango and passion fruit should be on the sale list.
Yeah, could be. Could be all there. If you go to Icing Sugars, go to shop, okay, so sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, go to shop, go to edibles, drop down into edibles, into natural flavoured icing sugars, and go in there. They should all be there. If they're not there, hopefully I put it in that category. I've not had nobody say anything before. They're all in alphabetical order. If not, just go to the brand Sugar and Crumbs and go in there. It should be there. It's not in the Facebook Live wish list, and it's not in the sale box, okay? Because there's so many sugars, I didn't want to put all those in there. You have to go to the brand for that.
Yeah, mango and passion fruit it is there.
Yeah? Has somebody just told you?
No, I can see it.
Now, you can add a tablespoon of water, milk or double cream if you like at this point. I'm not going to add that. I'm just going to go, what we're going to do here, we're going to have the Trex now, or we're going to have the icing sugar? I think we're going to add the Trex. Yeah, add the Trex. So we're going to add the Trex. Like I say, lots of you think, oh, I'm not going to eat that, but you've already eaten it, believe me. If you've had a cake from a supermarket, you've had Trex. Your kids have been loving Trex. All of you have been buying those cheap cakes. What's he called? The caterpillar one? Swiss rolls. They've all got this stuff in. We're just going to get everything in. Let's give it a beat. So let's give it a beat. Down we go again. So they say beat it for 30 seconds. And then we need 500 to 600 grams of icing sugar. So this buttercream recipe as well, the girls have said, it stays stable anywhere in the world. It doesn't melt. It stays stable anywhere in the world. And if you go and follow them, they show you pictures of them in India, Australia, with cakes outside. Now they don't leave them outside for hours on end, but they will leave the cake in the glorious sunshine for an hour or 2 hours to show you that it doesn't melt. So I think we're nearly at 2. Let's just turn it on. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And then we're going to add, it says 500 to 600 grams of icing sugar. So I think we'll go salted caramel. So we've got a 500 gram bag there. Get that off. Now the girls say you can put in a tablespoon of water, milk or cream. Now I'm just going to chop this in, okay? Now chopping this in just means chopping it into the buttercream. And it smells gorgeous. I mean, who loves the salted caramel? Is it amazing? It's lovely. If you're anywhere else in the world and you don't know what flavoured icing sugars are, ask. They'll all tell you here what it is. It's delicious stuff. And you can use it in your bakes. You just swap the sugar and you swap the flavouring for the flavoured icing sugar. Okay, like in your bakes, it gives you a bit more of a subtle flavour. And then you can use it to make macarons, cheesecakes, marshmallows, sweets, sauces, syrups, anything. So you'll see that I've just chopped this in. Now the reason I've chopped this in is because I don't want to turn the mixer on and then it all go up in the air.
You just let everybody know whose recipe you're referring to and where people can find it?
Yeah, the recipe is on our website. Now it's on our recipe website, which is called sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com. Okay, and if you pop over there, if you go into the search and you put Queen of Hearts buttercream, okay, it's their recipe mix. And it's the one that they use for all their cake decorating, for all their flowers. They do buttercream flowers. The girls have actually got 4 books on sale, so if you pop onto Amazon you can buy their books. I've showed you their books before. I don't sell them myself, but you can pop on Amazon. I think you can buy them direct from the girls as well, but I don't know if the girls are in the country, and if they're not in the country you can't buy them from them, but I'm sure that they supply direct to Amazon. They've got 4 wonderful books. They've done classes here in the kitchen which are amazing, and I actually had to go to Australia to see them. I couldn't get on a class here in the UK. We were at a show in Australia, and I was visiting my daughter, and they happened to be in the same area as my daughter. My daughter lives on the Gold Coast, and I went to visit my daughter while we were there, and I said, right, I'll leave you on Saturday because I'm going on a class. So it was great having a class and meeting the girls there. They're called Valerie and Christina. They're 2 lovely ladies from the Philippines, and they are smashers. So let me just turn this on. So turn it on slow because you don't want it going everywhere. Oh. So we put in 500 grams, so it says 500 to 600 grams of flavoured icing sugar. So we're just going to turn it up. And you don't want to overbeat it either. Okay. Now, I don't know how white you can see this is, but it is actually a lovely white colour. That's not a pure white, so I might add in the other 100 grams of icing sugar. It's lighter than my buttercream, and I get my buttercream really light as well. I've used value butter. I'm going to pipe with this afterwards as well so you can see the consistency. So let's just get this. I know you can't taste it, but I know Doe will tell you. Doe Griffin. I don't know if she's watching tonight. Doe, if you're watching. But can you see how lovely and white it is, everyone? Can they see? Can you see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Yeah? How lovely and white it is. I think I might have mixed the butter a little bit longer if it was me. Can you see how white it is there?
Are the Queen of Hearts girls coming back to do a live again this year?
I'm not sure actually. I've not actually asked them. Too busy thinking about doing baking classes, showing you how to use my sugars. But they will be on the list somewhere, so I was talking to them last week because we sell their products. So I must make sure, but they're all over the world teaching classes. I mean, those girls get everywhere. So can you see how white this is? Does it show up on the camera very well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Oh, sorry. I need you to speak. John's doing his
Yes.
nodding head again. So what we'll do is we'll leave that to one side and we'll pipe with it. Okay, I'll pipe some cupcakes and we'll do a rose swirl or something with it, yeah? So we'll just leave that over there. Right. And then we're going to whip up some flavoured cream. Let's just get this off. So I'll come back to that in a moment. Clean up. It's amazing how much mess you can make, isn't it, when you're on your own? I can't believe I've made all this mess. Right. So let me get another mixing bowl. Move this lot out of the way. I've got another glass bowl here. So, our flavoured icing sugars are suitable for vegetarians, vegans, nut-free allergies, and even if you take cherry bakewell and pistachio, there's no nut in it. Let me just get another. Oh, there's the whisk there, clean whisk. I thought I'd got everything out clear. So, do you remember that cream, that pot of cream? So we had a 600 tub of cream. So I've got 400 grams left. I'm just going to make a smaller version because normally I put the whole tub in. So sorry, let me get this in. There we go. Yeah. Right. So normally I put a whole tub in, but I'm just going to put the 400 grams in because I'm going to use this for the finish off my cheesecake. So we're going to put that in. The flavoured icing sugars, you can use it to flavour your yogurts. So just put a teaspoon in your yogurt, mix it in. You can use it to flavour your fresh cream. Now you don't need a lot. Tablespoon. And then we'll get the other cheesecakes out, we'll decorate them, and then we're done. Don't forget to like and share this live. We'll do the draw at the end of the live. So everybody who watched us last Thursday, what was I making last Thursday, John? You remember? Can anybody remember what I was making last Thursday?
Last Thursday was a long time ago.
I know, it was a long time ago. So we made buttercream last week, didn't we? What did I make last week? We made buttercream the first week. Oh, we made cupcakes, didn't we? Loads of cupcakes. 74 cupcakes I took to the hairdressers. Right. Okay, so we've got 400 grams of cream in here. I'm just going to drop this. I'm just going to give it a spoon. Now, the cheesecake that we've got in there is blueberry, isn't it? So, may as well finish it off with blueberry icing sugar. So we're just going to put a tablespoonful of cream in, icing sugar in. And then what you can do is you can add more. It's always best to put less in. So I've got teaspoons here. So it's always best to put less in and then add more if you like. Yeah? But we're just going to make this into a nice thick whipped cream. So turn it on slow. Let it incorporate. Are you enjoying the live? What do you think of these Thursday sessions then, me baking? What do you think? I'm also thinking of doing a live. Somebody's asked me, in fact Lindsay Cottrell was asking me, would I do some sessions with children? So you know, like John and I go and bake with the kids. Well, John doesn't bake. John has to play the monster. As soon as they see Grandad, it's Grandad, be the monster. And that's with Jasmine and Ruby. So as soon as they see him, he's got to run around doing the monster, and then I have to make biscuits or cakes with them or something. So I was thinking maybe every 6 weeks on a Saturday, something like that. I'm not making any definite plans, but if I've got a free Saturday, I was thinking of like doing a bake-along. So I think it'd be quite funny out really. So if you've got a child or a grandchild that comes to you on a Saturday, and if you haven't got one, go and borrow one with parents' permission. don't just go and kidnap one. So go and borrow one with parents' permission, watch the Facebook Live, and then replay it afterwards and follow what we're doing. Or what you could do is do it live with us, because what I'll do is I'll post the recipe up for what we're making, and then all we'll do is we'll do the nice bits with the kids. So we don't want to do the whole session, because children's attention span doesn't last long. So if we're going to do cupcakes, I'll give you the cupcake recipe, or you can go and buy some cupcakes, do whatever you want to do. Let me turn this off, and we'll just make some buttercream and we'll decorate them and get the kids involved, and we can make some biscuits, and you know, you can make the dough, and then we'll show them how to roll it out and cook some cookies, and we'll do some little things like that. And I'll think of some other children's things that we can make. So if any of you are interested in that, do put your thumbs up and let me know if that's something that interests you, because if it does, then I'll do that. Don't know who will be on camera. I can see John eyeballing me now, not on a Saturday afternoon, not on your Nelly, it's sports day, isn't it, John? Let's see if I can whip one of the girls in. So I'm just going to turn this up on high now. So I wonder if John will read out the comments on how many people say they would be interested in that.
Delay.
Pardon?
Delay.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just going to get another bit. So when you whisk up cream, okay, you can overbeat it. If you ever overbeat it, do not panic, you've not ruined it. And because I went down there to go and get my whisk, I have actually overbeat this. So I don't know whether John can see. John, can you see?
Yep.
So you can see that I've overbeat it, okay? Well, don't panic. Always save a little bit in your tub. Now, thankfully, I was making cheesecakes earlier, so I've still got 200 mils in the tub. So my little tip to you is, when you pour your cream in, just leave a couple of tablespoons in your container, and so that if you do overbeat it, you can put it right. So just hold on 1 minute.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people who would quite like to do the kids baking.
Yeah.
I think I spotted somebody who said that someone could borrow her children.
I bet there's plenty of people who lend their children, won't there? So I'm just going to add a little bit of cream here.
Only if you take them for the whole afternoon.
Yeah. Just going to add a little bit of cream here because I've overmixed this. I left it to walk down there. So really, you shouldn't leave cream. You really shouldn't. You should stay with it. But I thought I would. So I'm just going to take that there. Give it a little stir. But it's good for you to know what happens when you do this. So let's put that on there. Let's get this back together.
That needs to come a little bit that way.
Oh, sorry. So all I've done there is just put a couple of teaspoons back in again. And there we go, we've got it nice and back again. So it's not split anymore. Can you see that? You see, John?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not split now. So you've saved it, so you've not ruined it whatsoever. Yeah? So let's get that out of the way. Let's get some cheesecakes out. Let's get them decorated. So they like that idea, John?
Yes.
Great. See, he's not shouting out too loud, is he? Right, let me get a cloth for here. So next week in the kitchen on Monday, Laura, Doddy Mead can't make it, she's poorly. So the girls from Sugar Sisters have agreed to come back, and they're going to show you their Swiss meringue buttercream in a packet, how easy it is to do, and decorate 2 more fabulous cakes for you. And on Thursday, we've got Karen in the office. So Karen in the office is coming along, and she's going to make you a Victoria sponge, chocolate dipped strawberries, and she's going to use some edible imaging that we make, that we print at work. And she's just going to show you a few of those, put the cake together. I'll be on camera, and it'll be just Karen and I in the kitchen. In fact, no, John can do the camera. I'll watch. Right, John, cheesecakes please, 3 of them. So we've got 3 cheesecakes, 2 are made earlier. Yeah. Are they really firm?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there we Oh, crikey, they might be a bit too firm. Might have to decorate these while they're in here. They've been in the fridge now 2 hours, freezer's 2 hours.
Where's the third one?
Where did you put it?
Oh, that's that the one I put in.
Yeah, might have to, well, I'll decorate these and get these out afterwards. So, being clever, putting it in the freezer, it's really firm. So I might have to decorate these on top. So this is the one that hasn't been in as long. Oh, crikey, they do freeze up quickly, don't they? Right, okay, so it looks like we're going for decorating them while they're in the tin, and then I can put them in the fridge and take a picture out for tomorrow. This is one of the fabulous things about watching a Facebook Live. You see it as it is. It's not like a cookery program on the TV where everything's all pre-made and here's what I made earlier. You know what, you're gonna see what we did. So I came home, I was late home from work today. Quickly, I popped them in the freezer and they have firmed up beautifully. So what I'll have to do is put them in the fridge overnight to loosen up. But what we'll do is we'll decorate them here. So you'll see, can you see on the camera there, John?
It's a bit. Yep.
Yeah. So this one here is chocolate honeycomb. Now this is one of our chocolate flavoured icing sugars. If you have the chocolate flavoured icing sugar, we're back over there, yeah? If you have the chocolate flavoured icing sugar, it means it's brown in colour, okay? So just be careful. It usually comes in a brown bag. So the brown ones are chocolate milkshake, Jaffa twist, chocolate mint chocolate, chocolate honeycomb. What else have we got, John, that's in chocolate flavour? So we've got Jaffa twist, haven't we?
Chocolate milkshake.
Yeah, sub that one.
Chocolate mint.
Mint chocolate, yeah. Chocolate honeycomb. Black forest. There's another one. So if it's a chocolate one, then it will tell you on the bag it's chocolate. Now, obviously, all our other sugars are white in colour. If you see white chocolate, then it will be white, the icing sugar. You're going to want to know, how will I know what these are? Well, I deliberately did them in 2 different tins. So I know that's chocolate honeycomb because that's the one I did earlier and it's brown. You'll see some little brown dots in there because I added some Tesco's chocolate chips. That way, yep, that better? Tesco's chocolate chips, I threw a few of those in. And because I was doing 2, I've done this one as raspberry ripple in the silver pan, and then I've done the blueberry in this one. I was hoping to get it out and display it in my lovely glass container for you here, but it looks like I'm going to have to put it in the fridge and display it tomorrow
Someone
morning.
said use your burner around the sides, and oh yes, they are in loose bottom tins,
Yes,
and they are 8-inch.
Yeah, they are. The loose bottom tins and they are 8-inch. Me and the burner, I would not think it was a good idea. If you was watching Monday's live, I've got out one of those little gas burner things. Emily Coyle used it for me, and to be fair, I had no idea. And I bought it off Amazon many years ago. And you know, when you got to off Amazon, you have to have everything the next day, don't you? I'm an Amazon Prime customer, and I just had to have it the next day. And the first time it ever got used in its life was Monday. John will be appalled at me. Okay, so but I had to have it next day 5 or 6 years ago, and yeah, it got used for its first time on Monday, and I think that will be the last time because it scared the living daylights out of me. I can't be running around this kitchen with a flame. Crikey, I'll singe my hair and everything, and I'm hot enough as it is. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pipe up the cream, okay? So we'll pipe up the cream here, put it in a piping bag, and we'll just do some rose swirls. So I'm not going to colour this cream. So this one here, I'm just going to pipe on here. So let me put the cream in the bag. And we'll get this back in the fridge to firm up. Don't know what I've done in the bag there. A little bit of a mess with that. Normally I'm quite good at getting it in the bag, but I think I'm just using the wrong thing. I should have used my little palette knife. Okay, drop some cream on there. So actually, what cream did I make there? What did I add? Oh, I added blueberry to it, didn't I? And then we made it, I'll use the salty caramel on there. So I added blueberry, so I need that for this cake. So what we're going to do is, so I don't know what you can see there.
Yeah, you're in the middle there. Perfect.
Right. Now, I was hoping that this camera was going to be working so you could see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try and tilt this on the side.
That's fine.
No, but otherwise I'll just have my hand that
Okay.
way. So I want them to see what I'm doing there. So all I'm going to do is swirl. So I'm not swirl, opposite, swirl, 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 and in here, over here. And all I'm doing is just, you'll see I'm just moving my hands just a little bit. You see that? There we go. Then we've got some blueberries. Blueberries.
There's a question about when the sale's ending. The sale is ending on Sunday evening at midnight. So the icing sugars at £2 each. That will come to an end at midnight. And also the other items that are in the January sale with up to 50% off, they will also be coming to an end at midnight on Sunday.
So this is with the fresh cream blueberry. There we go. So we could just leave it like that, quite nice and simple. I think that looks quite nice, that. Just simple. And you know what? You've knocked that up in no time, haven't you? So we're back on this camera. So you've knocked that back up in no time. So if you've got a guest coming round, crikey, get the digestive biscuits out, a bit of butter, your cream cheese, and there you go. Voila. Let's just have a look. There we go. I can't take it out of the container because for you guys, and I was running late, I popped it in the freezer and it's really, in fact I can just, oh actually, ooh, it's just moving now. Right, let's see what I can move it on. Let me just see.
You mentioned you just get a hot cloth.
Well, this is the last one, so here we go. There we go. There we go. Voila, look at that. Hey, hey, how lovely is that? Yeah? And look at that lovely base. Can you see it okay? Look, I don't know whether you can see on the side there, John.
Mm-hmm.
Is that too high? Look at
Bit
that
down.
lovely base. Pardon? Will that do?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And then, I'm not going to do this here now, but what I would do is get my palette knife in and just flick it up and put it straight onto the pan. But if you remember, I put a piece of greaseproof paper on there. So I'll tell you why I put the greaseproof paper, because I do like them on the bottom of the base, and it means that if I have a piece of greaseproof paper there, when I cut with the knife, I'm not going to ruin my tin because I'll be cutting straight onto the greaseproof paper. So we'll get that one back in the fridge, John. So let's just move that one out of the way. In fact, we don't need to actually, let me put it in here. And before you ask about this glass bowl, it was a present of a friend many years ago. When I first started cake decorating, she bought it me, and let me just see if I've got a little phone mat. So these are great as well. If you've got any of these, put these underneath to stop sliding around. I do 4 for £1, 4 little one square, well not for £1, 4 for £2.99. The little square ones just fit perfectly under there so that your cake isn't flying around. Yeah, so let's just put that on there. Right, John, let's put that on there. Look at that when you present it. I'm well chuffed. So let's do the raspberry one. Right, raspberry ripple. What are we going to do with that one? So the raspberry ripple, what are we going to use? No, we'll use, I don't want to put buttercream on here. What we'll do is, what can I do on here? Just raspberry, oh, I know what I'm going to do. There you go. I'm just thinking, sorry John, just thinking, it's because I want to get it out the tin. Right, I can't get this out the tin. Pardon, do you want to have a try? I'm trying to think because I can't get it out of the tin. So we're going to use some of our Sprinklicious sprinkles, okay? You got it? Are you warming it with your hands? Mm-hmm. So Sprinklicious sprinkles, okay. These are, again, suitable for all diets, vegetarians, vegans, suitable for halal diet, a kosher diet, they're suitable for everybody. So these are super to have. And they're from the Sprinklicious range, and they're our own range. Have you done it, John? Oh, he's done it. Great. There you go. Super duper. Give it me. Thank you very much. Just so that you can see this as well. There you go. Now this one was a thinner base, this one. So this one didn't have as many biscuits. It's ginger nuts, this one, on this base. So can you see it there, John, the base?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all we're going to do with this one is, so we'll get the sprinkles, and all I was going to do is this. Just need a little bowl a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to put the sprinkles in here. Yeah. So whenever you want to catch sprinkles, don't just start throwing them around here, because if you start throwing them around, they're going to be everywhere, and you'll have enough cleaning up to do without having to pick up the sprinkles. So we're just going to put that there. I'm going to lift this up. So it's still on the base, it's got grease proof on underneath. I've got my sprinkles here, and all I'm going to do is, I just want them gently going around the side. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Look at that lovely red colour. This is the party mix, and we do these in quite a few colours. Silver, gold. The silver and gold are a little bit more expensive. Like everything, silver and gold, you pay more for it. You have to pay the same. So like I say, this is suitable for all allergens. Yeah. I like that just around the edge there, don't you? Let me know what you think. Are you enjoying tonight's live? Let me know. I know I have to wait 30 seconds. John can't shout out yet, but let me know what you think. This is just great, isn't it? Just think what your mates think, your family think when you're doing these. Right, so I've got some raspberries. I'll put that on there. And then the bowl here, they're all in there now, aren't they? Yeah. So they're all fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to tip them back into there. No mess. And then I'll pour them back in the little bag afterwards. Now if you're going to put raspberries on...
The sprinkles are gluten-free, yes.
Yeah, they are gluten-free. All our sugars are as well. If you're going to put raspberries on, okay, you do need to be eating this within the next 24 hours. You know that raspberries change very quickly, so do make sure you are eating them very quickly. So I'm just going to put them like this. A little design. You know, a lot of thought goes into this. If you've seen this thought process, look.
They stick well into a frozen cheesecake, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They stick great onto a frozen cheesecake, John. Don't be spoiling it. Right, there we go. I'm not putting any in the middle. Just going to get my sprinkles again. Just going to put a couple on there. There you go. That's that. That's done. So we'll get those out of the way. Those out of the way. And then the chocolate one, I was going to make some chocolate honeycomb cream. How are we doing for time?
It's 9:30.
Oh, is it? Right, well really, you've seen me make the cream. So I was just going to make some chocolate honeycomb cream. Chocolate honeycomb cream, exactly the same as I made the blueberry cream, but instead of using the white blueberry icing sugar, all I was going to do was use the honeycomb, okay? But all we're going to do now, for ease, I'm just going to throw some chocolate drops on there. There was already some on there, so that's some on there, but some inside. So all I'm going to do is just share them about.
A little bit more to the middle. That's it.
Yeah, so all I'm going to do, this is like full of chocolate. And what I'll do in the morning is I'll make some fresh cream and put it on, and then I'll get Maria to take some pictures and show you. So there's our 3 cheesecakes. What do you think of those? Let's get that one. Take this one out. I'm having a hot flush.
Well, there's plenty of recommended remedies in the feed tonight.
I don't know whether you can see me, but my goodness. So, so can you see all 3 cheesecakes there, John?
Just about.
Yeah, just about. Shall I push them up a little bit closer?
Towards you, pull them towards you.
Towards me?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, is that in?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And what do they think?
No, very nice, very positive.
Yeah, so 3 little ideas. You know, if you did blueberry and lemon, you know, if you've got lemon drizzle, icing sugar and blueberry, use 50 grams of lemon drizzle and 50 grams of blueberry. If you've got the coffee one, make the coffee one on. You know, it'd be nice with some little coffee beans on the top as well. There's nothing wrong with using the grated chocolate. You know, grate your chocolate, sprinkle that on. Lots of little different ideas. You could do some dipped strawberries, so easy. And believe me, these taste far nicer than the ones you buy from the shop. So I'm going to give these to John now to pop in the fridge, okay, because I just want to quickly use the girls' Swiss meringue buttercream and decorate some cupcakes. I'm only going to do a rose swirl, but just so you can see the colour, okay, just do 3 cupcakes. I'll do it two-tone for you, and then we're ready to go. Is that okay? But don't forget, like and share, like and share, like and share, and we'll do the draw for the voucher. So John, can I pass you this, please? There you go. I should have put a little grippo in there. That can go in the fridge. These are going back in the fridge, not the freezer, because we'll never be able to cut in them tomorrow if I leave them in the freezer overnight. But having said that, if you wanted to pre-make them, you could put them in the freezer. Don't put your fresh fruit on though. You could put them in the freezer and then get them out and bring them back to room temperature when you're ready, if you wanted to pre-do them. So those of you who saw me on a chunder, that's what we did with their cheesecake. I made that and I've left it in their freezer. I need to ring them actually, see if they've remembered it's in the freezer. So, and there's the chocolate one, and I'll take pictures of this tomorrow. Yeah, so we've got some cupcakes. I've got some cupcakes here. Let's get the piping bag, a little bit of colour. Let's get the buttercream. So this is, some of you won't want to call this buttercream because it's got Trex in it, but what I'm going to do is, after making it lovely and white, I'm just going to make a little bit of it red. So
How long does the cheesecake last in the freezer?
Oh, in the freezer? Oh, you can leave it in there for a couple of weeks. I'd probably leave it in there for a month. You know, the best thing to do is try it the first time, and then after that you'll know how to go with it. Once it's frozen, it's fine. So I'm just going to add some red in.
That cheesecake was actually chocolate honeycomb.
Chocolate honeycomb, yes. So you'll just see that I'm using the Fractal red, and this is in the girls' this is in the girls' buttercream, the Queen of Hearts buttercream. So after getting it white, I'm actually colouring a batch red. Now the Fractal range is suitable for vegetarians and vegans. We started working with Fractal over 2 years ago. So we brought it to you guys, nobody had really heard of it. The guy from Fractal got in touch with me, he was chasing me for a while, and I thought, Fractal, what's that? And then, you know, I did end up having a long chat with him. And we do have customers who, you know, follow a vegan and vegetarian diet and a halal diet and, you know, certified kosher, and that's what we wanted. So we brought that in as well, and it's been phenomenal. People absolutely love it. And the colours are really vivid. They are really very, very nice. So you'll find them in the Facebook Live must-have list. So I've just done that in there. I'm just going to do a quick rose swirl for you. Okay, because I think I did it in yellow last week and you couldn't really see it very well. And then you can see this cream here now. You see how lovely and white it is? Does it show white on the camera, John?
It's not really, no.
Yeah, it is really white. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends what way.
See it? I haven't got any yellow buttercream. See, cream's white, isn't it? Cream is, I mean, that's cream and that's white, so it's the same colour, isn't it? What have I got that's... I haven't got any normal buttercream here, but it is lovely and white, seriously. It is really lovely. So let's get our bag. We're going to use a 1M Wilton. And all I'm going to do in the bag, are we in the overhead camera, John? So all I'm going to do in the bag, I like to use small piping bags, by the way. There's two brands that I use, the Simply Making and the Queen of Hearts. I'm out of stock of the Simply Making, but I always use the Queen of Hearts. That's Valerie and Christina. This is their buttercream mix that we're using. These are 12-inch bags, and whenever I'm piping, I only ever use small bags. The reason you need to use small bags is for control, okay? If you want to use a big bag, you don't have as much control, and it's about pressure as well. So I push the bag into my hands. Make sure I go into there, between my finger and my thumb, over my bag, over my hand, the bag. I'm going to get the colour, this lovely red, and I'm just going to spread it around the outside of the bag. Now, I was telling you about the community group before. Do join the community group. If you're not a member already, it's called Sugar and Crumbs, all about cake community. It's a great little group. It is our group. There's no advertisers or sellers allowed on there. It's just to show pictures of your cakes and just have a nice discussion about baking and hints and tips and, you know, how to make cake, really, and show some of the things that people are making. And there's everybody on there, from a brand new newbie to what they call a hobby baker to a professional, okay? If you're a, so I'm going to put this white in. I'm sure it's getting whiter while I'm looking at it, seriously. So are we back under this camera, John?
Yes.
Yep. I don't know, does it look whiter yet? I'm sure it's getting whiter.
I think it's the light sometimes catching it.
Okay, so I'm going to put the white in the middle. Just going to get a little bit more. Squash it all in the middle. And then the other thing, guys, is, and I hope you don't mind, when I was looking at the group the other day, and I see so many of you copy our recipes or copy things from our lives. Would you be kind enough to tag us in and tell people where you've seen things? I saw a post the other day, and somebody said, I caught the end of the live and I made these, how fantastic. And it was using the airbrush to make your cupcakes gold and metallic. Well, there's lots of people on there don't know what live it was. Caught the end of the live. What live? So if you can just say Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles lives, or Carol McFarlane showed me how to do this, or Emily Coyle of Sugar and Crumbs came and showed us how to do that. Tag us in, please. Please give us the recognition, because I give up my time every Thursday, and I have done for the last 2 years on Thursday nights, and I've given up my time every Monday for the last 3 years now, and I pay Maria and Laura to come in and to show you these things, and it'd just be so nice if you give us the recognition. I know so many of you do, but you know, it's like this thing here, the dome cake. You know, I showed you how to make this dome cake nearly 3 years ago, and then I see so many of you make it and nobody ever mentions my name. And it's not that I'm trying to look for the glory or something, it's so that people can ask me where the video is. So if you tag me in, I can say, oh yeah, there's the video there, they are there, you've seen it there. And it's just really nice, isn't it? Yeah? So we're on to here now. So you see I've got the bag there with the outer colour in. It's got the white in. So I'm just going to squirt it out. Just a minute, because in fact I'll do it onto the cake. So what I'll do on this first cake is, are we above this camera? Mm-hmm. Okay. The only thing is they're going to get my hand there. So can we go onto that camera? So, because otherwise they're not really going to see it. So what I'm going to do is I want to get the colour out first. So I'm just going to keep squirting. Okay. So that's cake number 1. I think I probably put a bit too much colour in. Pleasures of going live. So then I'm just going to do this one. And I'm just going to go around. Don't know whether John can get that from the top camera. Mm-hmm. And if you can just go back to the front camera, John. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Got it? So just different designs. And we'll do a rose swirl. Now, I don't have, am I under this camera? Mm-hmm. So you need to go into the middle. So make sure you hold this at 90. Okay, into the middle above your cake. Go round, overlap it nice and tight. Can you see? Go round, round and down, yeah? And then you can put a little leaf in there, and I'll do that one again for you. So you can see it again. So you're onto the cake, 90. So you're gonna go round. Can they see, John?
Yes, yeah.
I have to ask you because I don't know what you're looking at. Round and down, yeah? It's not that I'm testing John, it's just that I don't want you to miss it, because sometimes I watch these lives after, in fact not sometimes, I watch all these lives afterwards, and then John gets earache the next day. So, but we can just see that, John. So what do we think? Do we like those, guys?
It's the Wilton 1M tip. Yep.
It is. Now on the ends there, what you do is there, you can either put a piped flour, a ready-made sugar piping, you can put some pearls, in fact I've got some pearls. Let's put some of those on. Let's see what big pearls I've got. Have I got any big pearls? Big pearls. See what I've got in here. So you could put some pearls on. I didn't make any green today, so we could have, you know, we could have put some leaves on. I'll just put some big pearls on. Just to finish it off. One there when you want one. Let's have another white one. These were all odd, if you're wondering what's in here, these were all my ends of bags of sprinkles. You know when you only get like a quarter bag or something, and I just threw them all in, so I just use them now for anything. So, you know, I'm just going to put another white one on. There you go. So you can put pearls on, you can put a leaf on. I've shown you loads of times how to put a leaf on. If we get a bowl here. Sit that in there. Yep, there's one. Let's sit this cake in here. Put some sprinkles on here. So when I've got all sprinkles left, just bits of stuff, I throw it all in one big pot, and then I use them for another time. So let's get that out. See, little leftovers all go in there, and there. Shaky, shaky, and that's my mixed pot. Give it to the kids, sprinkle on their cakes. Right. So, John, what do we want to finish off with now? Competition last Thursday, don't we? What did I do with my phone, John? You've got it there. So, any feedback, John?
No, lots of very positive comments. People have enjoyed it. We've still got over 200 people watching us, so thank you very much for everyone who has joined us.
So we're here on Monday with Emily Coyle and Michelle again. They're going to come back to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. And Karen is in the kitchen on Thursday with John and I. And I need to show you, last week's live was, sorry, I've just got to find it.
Well, just so when Carol's finding that, we do have gold mystery boxes on sale for £45. Those have sold incredibly well in the last day or so, and we've had to make more today. So if you want some, I would suggest you get in quick, as they are probably going to sell out in the next, I would have thought, the next 24 hours. Our sale, January sale, is coming to an end at midnight on Sunday. So again, it's going to get in if there's anything that you're interested in. And our natural flavoured icing sugars, there's 33% off at the moment, and that sale again is coming to an end on Sunday evening at midnight.
Right, okay, so we're here. Can you see this on this camera, John?
Yeah.
Last Thursday. So we've got 114 shares, which is fantastic. Loads of lovely comments. So I'm just going to go to the shares, I'm going to load them up. So when they first come up at first, if you notice, they stop. So I have to keep flicking this until they start to load up. And as I go down, you'll see, just have to keep bouncing. John, do you want to put your magic finger on?
Mm-hmm.
When you're ready. Ooh, there you go. So Joanna Milligan Birkin. So Joanna Milligan Birkin, you have just won yourself a £25 Sugar and Crumbs voucher for sharing with us, and that is fantastic. All you need to do is come through to our, I'll put a love heart there so we know. So all you need to do is go to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, go to the info and just message us, let us know that you're tonight's winner for a £25 voucher, and Laura will send you a code. We don't need to send you anything in a post, we just send you a code and you can use it whenever you want. And if I was you, I would use it now before the sale ends, which is brilliant. So that's us all done, isn't it, John?
It is, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, plenty of classes, plenty of lives coming up. If you can book in on the Crafters Companions, we'll see you there. That's going to be fantastic. We're also doing a live in Baked In as well. We're going to Baked In Basingstoke in February as well. So we've got lots of things to do there. Where else are we going? We're going somewhere else mid-March. I don't know, but we're all over the place. But not literally, yeah. I've got a crazy February. So I will see you on Monday. I'll post you some pictures of the state of my kitchen because I'm going to be here for an hour now cleaning it up. I need a little mystery fairy to come in and help me. So thank you for joining us. I will see you on Monday. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you very much for everyone who has joined us.
And thank you, everyone. And thank you, YouTubers.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.